if you're in a firefight, your team member can actually look and see, I'm getting shot from this direction, check out my crosscom. They can see your view. You can give them a call for help and they'll get an icon on their screen that will tell them where you are so they can come track you down and come help you. You can order drones, you can order artillery strikes, and other friendly elements on the battlefield can be ordered and given things to do through this very simple interface. The great thing about this crosscom is that it's happening in real time. You're actually getting information, you're giving orders, you're telling other battlefield elements to do things right then. It's not some pre-recorded experience. This is happening, it's under your command, and it's going on right then during the gameplay. You'll notice that the entire system is pretty much covered in a camouflage pattern called Multicam. Multicam was developed by GRAW Precision in cooperation with the Natick Soldier Center. It gives really good overall general sort of blend-in abilities on both just the regular visual range and also in the infrared spectrum. What that means for gameplay is that the ghosts blend in better, they're harder to see, and therefore more difficult to kill and track. The main weapon used by the Ghosts in Ghost Recon 3 is the MRC, or Modular Rifle Caseless. The advantages of caseless are that the round does not have the big brass piece attached to it, which basically carries the propellant. The propellant is in a package right behind the projectile, and it all burns off as the projectile is fired out of the gun, so you have no shell casing shooting out the side. The GRAW MRC has a 50-round magazine, and it fires 900 rounds per minute. The internal workings of the GRAW MRC are designed to be dirt simple, so there are as few moving pieces as possible. The modularity of the rifle means that there can be many different versions of it. There'll be a version with a top-mounted gun camera so that the player can use it to look over structures and fire from behind cover. This MRC is equipped with a 40mm underbarrel grenade launcher. It's fired from a secondary trigger right here under the main trigger, and it fires these 40mm grenades. They load into the chamber and they can come in a variety of different configurations, from high explosive to anti-personnel. This was designed by GRAW Precision as a mock-up. We've taken it to the real battlefield in Ghost Recon 3 so that people have a chance to actually use this weapon that has not yet actually had any combat experience. The relationship with the various military contacts is really fantastic. I mean, in the end, you are able to interact with people who are putting their lives on the line every day to protect you and I. They're fantastic people. They're always willing to help, and they have a great interest in seeing what they do and what they use to perform their duties represented as realistically as we possibly can within the constraints of time and technical constraints.
We are developing the Future Force Warrior for roughly the 2010 timeframe. That being said, we know that there are technologies that are going to mature faster, and we're going to try to put those in the field earlier. However, we're not going to rest on our laurels, and we're looking at that next generation. What we hope to see in that soldier system, is really what we see in science fiction movies and that we've read about in books. A self-encapsulated soldier, very streamlined, potentially one uniform system that does it all. Integration of nanotechnology, not only for camouflage, but also body armor capability. The mating of the exoskeleton that saw great popularity in the Aliens films is actually a program that's being pursued inside the Department of Defense now, so they don't have to be so concerned about load for the individual soldier. Not to mention I can move larger things around that I myself wouldn't be able to do with my own body. Advanced fuel cell technologies, for example, that give soldier a greater battery life in more of a traditional sense, as well as greater situational awareness. We want to be able to put radar that would normally be an aircraft at the individual soldier level so that that soldier can see in 360 degrees all the time. I make the analogy. The Future Force Warrior is the F-16 on legs. That being said, the next generation soldier, which we now call the Future Warrior concept, will be our F-117 stealth fighter.